And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday, August 2nd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on a Monday. We're glad to have you with us. And weather's a little bit cooler. We've had a little rain over the weekend, and all ready to talk about Absolute Kubota this morning. And I wished him farewell till September last Monday, but he's he's still with us. T.R. Kirby, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. It's good to see you. I hope everything's okay.
Yes, sir. Glad we got some more rain over the weekend. That's much needed.
Yeah.
Keep that grass growing and everything green and not go into a dry spell here.
Well, I figured you were doing such a good job in July, or in July, that they just let you come back another time here.
Yes,
so
sir.
we're always glad to see you or Don Hamlet or whoever might come out to talk about Absolute Kubota at 1506 West Main. So it depends on where you were. There was 6 or 7 tenths of an inch at my house. There were some people that got maybe 2 or 3 inches, a little more south of us, I think, and I'm sure there's some people in Wilson County got an inch or two. It was beginning to get dry again.
Yes, sir. Now with that rain, just helped us prolong, keep everything green like we needed to. Keep the dust control down and the humidity. A lot of people are going to enjoy the heat break that we received this week. It looked like we're not supposed to get above 90 degrees the whole week.
Yeah, right.
So they're able to get out and do their yard tasks, their summer cleanup, and get all their tasks done.
Well, another thing too, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who mow grass, and some of them that's their full-time job, at least in the summertime. And I know they depend on you for their lawnmowers and lawnmower repair and this sort of thing. But if it gets dry and the lawns don't need to cut, then they're sitting around not making money. So the rain's important for them.
Right. Usually, if it does turn a little bit dry, they'll bring their equipment in, have it serviced through our service department, and get that equipment ready for when the grass is growing. And right now, usually, if something does happen now, they're trying to get it up and going as fast as possible, get back to cutting grass. We service anybody from a homeowner mowing a quarter acre all the way up to a commercial user that's mowing 40 plus hours a week.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about hay equipment this year, but I was thinking about something. We haven't talked just an awful lot all the time about tractors. When we talk about RTVs being such a versatile, a tractor is one of the most versatile implements that's ever come along, I guess.
It is. Kubota makes a tractor anywhere from 18 horsepower all the way up to 200 horsepower. I have the ability to sales and service and full parts for tractors anywhere from that 18 horsepower all the way up to 140 horsepower. Okay. We have a full range of implements to fit all of those tractors anywhere from the most versatile front end loader all the way up to 20-foot bush hogs, disc harrows, all that good stuff.
Well, with your background, growing up on the farm and I guess doing some farming and farm work and this sort of thing, being around tractors and equipment, this is just second nature to you, and you just learn a little bit more about the Kubota, and you're able to talk to anybody.
Right, correct. It's just it helps trying to fit a piece of equipment with their needs and do their task efficiently and effectively.
Well, Do you ask a lot of questions when somebody comes in to make sure you get the right fit, maybe especially a piece of equipment? You don't want to oversell, and you want to make sure they got one, whatever it is, a big enough piece of equipment to get the job done.
Right, correct. There are a number of questions. We use the internet nowadays. Go on there, look to see what kind of task you're doing, see what equipment kind of best fits your needs, and you might get close, and then we'll finally come in. You'll finally be able to see the piece of equipment, and then we can hone in on that certain size you're needing.
All right. Now, when you were here last Monday, we were talking about the deals that went through July, and you didn't know what was going to come around in August. Do you know yet?
Looks like most of the programs are staying the same. I think the programs on the little BX tractor, kind of like the Swiss Army knives of the tractor. Every man needs a BX. That's what Matt says all the time. I think those are going to 0% for 60 months on those.
So that's a change,
That is a change.
and that's less than it was.
Correct. It
But
is.
60 months is 5 years. That's still a good deal.
That's still a good deal. I've got some there. I've got a 2680 and a 2380 there on the lot, ready to go. If you want to come check those out, the RTVs, the new 520s have finally started rolling in. I've got one of those in stock now. It will go fast, so come in and check it out.
It is for sale.
It is for sale.
First come, first
Yep.
served.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All of this waiting for you and a lot more. 1506 West Main, Absolute Kubota and T.R. Kirby. Thanks so much for coming by, and appreciate the good job y'all do. We might mention your hours quickly here. You're open Monday through Friday from
7 to 5 and Saturday from 7 to 12.
Well, we'll see you next Monday.
Hopefully not.
It's been good to have you today.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
a lot.
too.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Okay. Well, that's it for Absolute Kubota. And at 10 after the hour, I want to welcome Sheriff Robert Bryan. Sheriff, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
It is good to see you today, and it's even more good to talk about an honor that you have received. I guess there are 95 counties in Tennessee, and maybe all the sheriffs are part of the Tennessee Sheriff's Association. I think it was the Sheriff's Association that named you the number one sheriff, or anyway, the Sheriff of the Year, whatever the title is, right?
Yes, sir. We had our Sheriff's Association yearly conference up in East Tennessee last week, and and they did name me the Sheriff of the Year, and it's truly an honor when 94 other sheriffs and your peers vote you into to getting that award, and it's truly an honor, and like I said, I appreciate it.
Well, we could take a minute to talk about your life. I mean, if anybody would be a sheriff, you'd think maybe it would be you, because your daddy was sheriff for a while. Your daddy, I think, was I don't know whether he was chief deputy, but he ran the jail for Sheriff Ash for a long time after that. You've grown up in law enforcement. And then after you got into it, I think you worked for the Lebanon Police Department for a little while, but you gravitated to the Sheriff's Department and ran the jail for a number of years.
I did, and it's like I said, it's I've been doing it since I was 18 years old, and it's been a good career to me, and look forward to continuing the career too. And I've seen a lot of changes over my past almost 33 years now. It's really changed all aspects of it, and you said on the news media and different things across the nation, it's every day, and you just got to adapt to it and improve. And you're always trying to improve not only yourself, but you're trying to improve your whole department. Anything you can do to help the citizens of the county.
Well, no doubt. You had some mentors here that you followed, and maybe you don't do everything like they did. You may have learned, watch them and see some things they did that you think you can do a little differently and do better. But your daddy and Sheriff Ash were too.
Right, and I learned a lot from not only my daddy, but Sheriff Ash. It's just, and that's a big part of about, like I said, it's all I've ever done, and it's you learn every day. You learn from everybody. You learn from people you interact with every day. You learn from your employees. I'm learning right now talking to you, Coleman, and it's just you take what you learn and like I said, improve every day.
Oh, how we got time to talk about this before we go to our about 15-minute after break. There is construction going on. Could you sort of give us a construction report this morning? I've seen a wall going up over there, and I don't know. I haven't seen the blueprint, so I don't know exactly what's happening. But you are building.
Yeah, there's several walls up. It's moving. It's actually a little ahead of schedule, which is a good thing. They're laying block. They've got all the foundation poured. They got all the majority of the slabs poured. And when you build a jail, there's a lot. It's not like building a house. It's not like building schools. It's different. There's a lot technology in it. There's a lot of wiring. There's a lot of plumbing. There's a lot more. There's a lot of steel, a lot of concrete. A normal wall in a school is just block. When you build a jail, it's block and it's field block with concrete, and it's as I call it, concrete and steel. So there's a lot of extra work that goes into building a jail, and I'm glad we're ahead of schedule. Just hope we can stay that way. The weather's helped us, and they're trying to get some stuff dried in before the winter time. And if we can do that, we'll stay moving forward.
What will you have when this addition or this construction is completed?
What will add to it is 400 more beds to add on to the 460 something we got right now. I checked the population Friday morning, and we was at almost 500 inmates. So we're overcrowded. And when we went into this process, we talked about, we don't need to put a Band-Aid on this. We don't need to be coming back, because I see counties across the state, they'll add on 50 beds or 100 beds, and by the time they get it built, they're full. We didn't want to be in that, so it's going to also add more program space. It's going to add more. It's going to add a dispatch area. It's going to add more room that we were able to do different programs in the jail. So it's needed, and it can't come fast enough.
When you do something like this, does this? I want to think your morale is pretty good all the time, but when your employees see something like this going up and know you're expanding to meet their needs, really the needs of the sheriff's department, is this a morale improver?
Yeah, anything you do to improve will help the morale of the department. It's them corrections officers that works back there in that crowded condition. It's hard.
Sometimes they have to keep peace.
A lot of times they have to keep peace, and once you run out of room to keep peace, it's difficult on them. It's mentally and physically. It really is, and it is a morale booster.
So everybody's really looking forward to this and to its completion. And are there many growing pains right now? Usually you have to improvise a little bit in situations like this.
You always improvising. It's there's always growing pains, and once we get to the point where that thing's built, there's going to be a lot of training, and that's what they're looking forward to, is learning more. So it's we're moving forward.
All right. Sheriff Robert Bryan is here. It's time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:17. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. It's $49.95, up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic still looking good right now, down 65 as you make your way out of Robertson County down through parts of Sumner County. TDOT was cleaning up some debris a few minutes ago on 65 southbound, not too far from Dickerson Pike, and I-40 on the increase now, coming in from Kingston Springs. All that traffic in from Dixon County. Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Check out all their flavors at GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The Pavilion Senior Living residents are inviting you to become their new neighbor. If you're looking for a sign to move, call us at 444-5556 to learn more about the details. Or go to thepavilionseniorliving.com for more information. Or better yet, just drop by 1408 Medical Center Drive, right behind Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and see for yourself. You should move here.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway, across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Sheriff Robert Bryan is here. We've got him pretty much penciled in on the first Monday of each month. By the way, next month, September, the first Monday is Labor Day, so I've already written you down to the second Monday. If you want to,
I reckon I can do it, Coleman. I'll do my best.
Well, I will call your trusty assistant
No.
between now and then and make sure she's.
I think we got our plan together here pretty good. It's working out pretty good.
Yeah, good. Well, we're always happy to see you, and there are times when you can't make it. You have some other people and that, I guess that's one thing you've been able to do, to put some good people, some people with experience, people who can get the job done under you in various things. So you're sheriff's over a lot of things in Wilson County.
The sheriff is a busy position, and it takes a lot. And I remember when I first took over, I thought I could do it all.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult. And I
okay.
figured out pretty quick that you got to have the right people up under you, and let them do their job.
You got to do a little delegating.
You do, and if you don't, it's going to drive you nuts. But and it still drives you nuts every once in a while. But and not only the people directly up under me, but good people all the way down, from corrections to the detectives to patrol officers, dispatchers, you name it. You good people, and the main thing, I'm not a micromanager. It's somebody does something crazy, yeah, you know how that goes. But but you got to let them do their job. Stand with them, and they'll be there for you in the end.
Do you feel you're fairly adequately staffed now? I know you could always use some more people, but you got enough to adequately get the job done?
You could probably ask that question every time I'm out here. You could probably ask it 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and I'll always say, no, we're not, because of the fact that we here we go, growth. We're growing so much. It's hard to keep up. Our patrol officers are running from call to call to call, and it's hard when they're running from call to call to call. Things like speeders and different things where people's having problems in their neighborhood. It's hard to focus on them sometimes. So yeah, we're always needing people. The county commission, I appreciate them, and what they did this past year, budget season is they added some of them patrol officers, and our corrections officers we're behind right now. We got to open the positions in corrections right now, because of the fact it's hard to find people.
Well, that was kind of where I was leading to with this. I mean, you have especially people in the fast food business, and with signs out for help and help wanted in a lot of other areas of employment too. And I guess government is and that's not everybody that wants to start working in that jail anyway.
No, it's a difficult. Yeah, and it's a calling. It's and what we're seeing is what the whole workforce is seeing right now. It's hard to find people that want to work, but it's a good career. It's got good benefits.
Well, once somebody gets initiated in the jail, if we might say, you get broken in there, but then that's probably a good thing, because it may be, for most, it's the least desirable job. You start there and hope to move up. Most people, I think, do. Although there's some that probably feel just fine taking care of the inmates and this sort of thing. But there is opportunity if you stay with it. And what I was going to ask is our pay here, what you're able to pay the people that work at the sheriff's department, is it comparable to other counties our size? Are we in pretty good shape there?
We're not where we need to be. It's close. The last pay scale they done a few years ago remedied a lot of that. But now what we're seeing now is a lot of these other agencies of our size are getting ahead of us again, not only in corrections and patrol, but I think that's something we probably need to look at probably next year. And I think that is the plan, to do some type of pay study probably here next year, because of the fact people's gotten ahead of us again.
And probably another thing there too, the inflation that we're experiencing now. That's another thing to be considered.
Right, and I'll ask, everything that's going on in the country is happening right here in Wilson County, and I'll, it causes a lot of that. So I think they're going to look at that next year. I hope, and our people out there that's working for the sheriff's office, or you work for the police department, they're working their butts off. Okay,
Yeah.
it's and they're out there protecting, they're out there serving. And it's
Well, I don't think it's been, and I'll interrupt you here, excuse me. I don't think it's been nearly as bad here, but when you hear of the difficult situations, when you hear of people wanting to defund the police in some of our cities, some of the things like that, that surely doesn't help morale. I hope it doesn't deter too much people needing a job, wanting to get in law enforcement, but it could. What about that?
it does. Them cities that are saying that defund whatever, some of them they're backing off that a little bit because they're seeing what happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Anarchy.
That's crazy. That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. And yes, these. I looked the other day and just the numbers of people that's leaving law enforcement in them counties, cities, wherever they're at. It's overwhelming. We're even seeing here in Wilson County, I know Lebanon and Mount Juliet probably are too, people looking for jobs from them areas because they're getting out of them areas. And they're coming here, they're going to different places where and we got it good here in Wilson County. And it's
Well, we really do.
we do.
We do.
And it's you'll never hear that around here. We got good leaders. We got good all across the state, and it's that is called. You talking about morale a while ago? That will hit the morale pretty hard whenever they start saying things like that.
All right, we got about 4 minutes left here, and one thing that's coming up here, and actually, as I look at the calendar, it starts next week. Can you believe the 12th of August is the start of the Wilson County Fair, which is a week from Thursday.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We'll have personnel. We've been in the planning phase for the past several months. And we're working on scheduling different things right now to make sure we got a presence out there. And
Well, how closely do you work with the city, or do you all coordinate some?
we do. Us and Lebanon. Lebanon pretty much takes care of the roads and everything outside the gates. Everything inside the gates we take care of. And it's we're in communications all the time. They're in all of our meetings that we're having with the Fair Board, WEMA, different ones, and Lebanon Fire. And it's
Oh yeah, don't leave that.
I can't leave Chris Dowell out, even though he ain't gonna hear me. He's probably still asleep because that's what he said the last time he was on here. But I got him at that county commission meeting, I believe.
Boy, you
I
did.
did. And he said it when everybody started clapping when I said that. That told him something right there. But the fair's coming. And like I said, it's the state fair. The Wilson, it's always going to be the Wilson County Fair, and that group of volunteers, the fair board, different ones, Comer and Miss Helen do a great job. Randall Clemens, great job, and it's we're ready for it. But it's they say it's state fair. I don't know if it's going to be. We've already had a fair bigger than the state fair.
That's right.
And it's, everybody says, well, it's going to be bad, wondering how it's going to be now. It's the state fair. I really don't see it, I see a lot more exhibits, a lot more agriculture exhibits, shows, different things. But, maybe I hope I'm right, but it's going to be the Wilson County Fair in the end. And, but it's, we're looking forward to it, and it's a fun time, good time for Wilson County. A lot of work for the sheriff's office, though.
Well, no doubt there is, but it's a little bit different work for them, and they're out there part of what is really going on. The biggest thing, I suppose, for now 10 days in Middle Tennessee would be our fair. And you're right there to help keep law and order inside, but hopefully that's an easy job, and there's not a whole lot that you. Every once in a while, there'll be a little flare-up.
Every once in a while, and you prepare for it. And that's all you can do is prepare for it. And if there's a problem, you fix it and move on. You keep moving on.
Well, I know that in the past, we've done some broadcasts from out there, and you and our police chief.
Mike Justice.
Mike Justice have, I think y'all have kind of gone together. And
I think we did together on a basketball or football. I can't remember what it was, but I do the fair thing out there, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And actually, Tanya called me 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've got to do it again.
So that means when they're out there, you come by and have a conversation, like a shorter one than you and I are having now.
Yeah, I think MJ usually greets me out there at the radio station. So.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll look forward to that. Well, school is back in session as of today, although I don't think buses are running today. Maybe the teachers are showing up or something. But this week, it pretty well gets started here in Wilson County. And I'm sure you have your patrolmen who watch the school zones.
We got patrolmen out watching school zones. We got the SROs back in the schools.
Yeah.
They've been working all summer with all their training, different things going on, and we'll get back to the schools. Well, actually, we're there today, and we're ready to go.
Well, Sheriff Bryan, thank you very much for being with us this morning. And again, if you joined us late, congratulations to Sheriff Robert Bryan for being named the Sheriff of the Year by the Tennessee Sheriff's Association. Appreciate you much. Thank you.
Thank you, Coleman.
That's part one of Coleman and Company. Please keep it here for more FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:29. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. And it's all brought to you by Absolute Kubota, a fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day, servicing Exmark, Kubota, Lampride, Red Max, and Billy Goat. 1506 West Main. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We still see a steady flow of traffic here on 24 coming in from the Jolton area. Traffic's on the increase now, finally. Down I-40 coming in through Mount Juliet, 12th and the Gavick Street. That crash is still been cleared out of that intersection. Hey, Ripley's Aquarium, Sleep with the Sharks Family Editions coming up this Saturday. Check it out at Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Do you know why Rocky Williams Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Mount Juliet sells so many cars, trucks, SUVs, and muscle cars? Well, it all starts with a simple idea. Why not give everyone a hassle-free shopping experience for their new or used vehicle with no haggling, no negotiating, and no runaround? Every vehicle on the Rocky Williams lot is marked down incredibly low with the price posted on the window. You're treated with fairness and respect every time. No pressure, just a friendly, warm, inviting staff dedicated to finding the exact vehicle you need. So Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has become the original no-haggle, one-price dealer. Go online to rockywilliams.com to see the incredible deals yourself. Every car and truck is listed with a no-haggle low price. This is for real, and you're gonna love it. People drive for miles to get some of the lowest prices in America on their new or used cars or trucks. Go to rockywilliams.com or come on over to our brand new spacious dealership next to Walmart in Mount Juliet.
Hey Lebanon, what's for dinner? If you find yourself asking or answering this question often, you're in luck because I have the answer for you. The Edge Food and Drink at Lebanon Country Club is now open. The newly remodeled restaurant is open to the public Tuesday through Sunday and is the newest gathering place for lunch, dinner, or watching your favorite teams. Follow The Edge Lebanon on Facebook and Instagram to see weekly food and drink specials and live music lineups. Check them out online at theedgelebanon.com. See y'all there.
To kick off the work week, skies will be mostly sunny with just a slight chance of rain. Highs today will top out in the mid-80s. Tuesday's forecast calls for plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and highs in the mid-80s. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Part two here on a Monday morning. Time to talk about Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet. Old No Haggle. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Sheriff didn't leave before calling you.
He did not leave. He always comes through for me.
Well, that's what we talk about each Monday, among other things. A no haggle price at Rocky Williams. Everybody pays the same great low price, and they price their cars and not their customers, and it's been that way from day one.
Well, it has now for over 10 years, Coleman. Rocky changed his way of doing business back in about 2011, I believe it was, back before I actually started with him in 2012. But it has been very well received. People like the fact of knowing that they pay the same price as anybody else, regardless of who that is. If I buy a vehicle, even Rocky buys a vehicle, he pays exactly what anybody that walks in off the street pays.
Well, it's worked that long, and what are we talking about here? Some 9 years, I guess.
10 years.
10
Over
years.
10 years.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're keeping up with that.
Absolutely.
Better than me.
Absolutely.
But it's always good to see you on a Monday, and I was going to ask you as the on-the-air light came on, the automotive month doesn't always end with a calendar month.
It ends today, Coleman.
Today is the last day of
the
July in the automotive
Of
calendar.
the automotive month, yes.
So,
you know what that means,
that
Coleman. If
means-
you have a trade-in, it might be worth just a little bit more today as we try to finish as strong as possible. Might be worth a little more today.
All right, so that'll help you put the icing on the cake for
That's
July
right.
then.
Absolutely.
And if you want a great deal, well, come by today.
Well, it's
You want a
it's
great deal, come by
every day,
anytime.
Coleman. It's a great deal every day.
Well, it really is, because what you do, I mean, you've said this and you say it better than me, but to briefly say it here, you figure out the lowest price you can put on that car and still pay the bills, keep the lights on and all of this. And so you find your bottom line at the beginning.
That's right.
And that avoids all the negotiation.
Well, it takes all the negotiation out, which is the part that people don't like, Coleman, when buying a vehicle. Most people don't like all of that going back and forth, and then you're never quite sure if you got the best deal that you could have gotten, or if you'd have held out another day or two or three, which is the way the typical process works.
Yeah, see how hungry that salesman is.
That's exactly right. But we take all of that part out of it, Coleman, and we just give you our very best price right up front.
Well, no haggle pricing. Everybody pays the same great low price. Your inventory, everybody, all new car dealers have been suffering some because of the shortage. But you've been making out. You've improvised some, no doubt.
Well, we've got some new vehicles, Coleman. We have some more that are coming in almost on a daily basis. But we've increased, and we did some time back, our pre-owned inventory. So we've got a great selection, something for just about everybody. So, you know, we always encourage, Coleman, people just to go to our website.
Mm-hmm.
Start there.
You've got to go there to RockyWilliams.com.
See your neighbor there, Coleman.
Well, we know you're going to find the entire inventory of new and pre-owned cars, and that no haggle price is right there, the one you're not ashamed to put on.
That's exactly right, and you don't have to do anything to get it. If you want to contact us, you certainly can, but you don't have to do anything to see our great low, no haggle price, as it's clearly posted on our website.
Well, this time of year, as sometimes you have children, well, they're adults, I guess, really 18, maybe going to college and needing a car, but not needing the most expensive one. You have some $10,000, $12,000 cars?
We do. We try to have a little bit of something for everybody, Coleman, and still make sure that it's a good, safe, reliable vehicle. You know, you can't take a $7,000, $8,000 car and make it new again.
That's right.
But you can make sure it's a good, safe vehicle for somebody to have transportation.
So check that out and see if they might have what you need, if that's what you need, at RockyWilliams.com.
That's right.
And then if you find it there, come and get it before somebody
else gets it, and that's what we encourage people to do, Coleman. We, on a weekly basis, you know, people will be there looking at a vehicle, and they think that it's just a sales pitch. You know, you need to go ahead and get it today, but so many times, Coleman, people leave and say, well, I just need to think about it, and then they come back the next day and it's gone.
Somebody else thought about it and took it.
They thought about it. They thought about it yesterday.
Well, that's the way it is. And if you really want that car, don't play that waiting game.
That's exactly right, Coleman.
Oh, what else you got for us this morning?
Well, Coleman, we've got you know, school is starting back this week, and you know, it's kind of vacations have been wrapped up, but you know, a lot of times people either need service this time of the year because have been on a big vacation, and some people travel several thousand miles. And so it may be time for service, or, you may have been on that vacation and just realized that, well, this vehicle, we've had it several years. It's got several miles. I don't know if we feel good about being in this again. So, it may be time to upgrade.
Well, we can talk more about this next week, but you are part of the Wilson County Fair and the
Yep.
great giveaway. And
Proud of that.
That Dodge car is making its rounds with the Mount Juliet merchants.
Yes, it is. I see it's kind of roaming around down there right now.
Well, I moved it 2 or 3 times. Nice vehicle.
Yes, it's a
That will surely be in the running for whoever
I think
chooses
so.
on
The
that
Dodge
Tuesday
Journey
night.
is it's a good vehicle, versatile vehicle, Coleman, and makes somebody a good long-term vehicle for 'em.
So go get out and get your tickets, and you might be the winner on Tuesday night at the fair.
That's right.
Well, thanks for being with us, Billy Mullinax. We'll see you next Monday.
Look forward to it.
All right. Billy Mullinax, he's the general manager for Rocky Williams, Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet, 600 Pleasant Grove Road. 20 minutes before the hour, I've asked Andy White with Prospect to be my guest today, and he is here, and we're ready to go. Good morning.
Hey, Coleman, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me
we
back.
look at the calendar. Today is the 2nd day of August already, and summer's 2/3 over, I guess. Even the weather's a little bit cooler here over the weekend, but we still got a lot of summer left. But that's beside the point. Andy's the executive director for Prospect, and you've got a special guest here that we're going to spend some time talking with. But how's it been with you lately? What's the summer been like at Prospect?
Well, thank you for asking, Coleman. Hot, right, like with everybody else. But thankful to get the rain this weekend. I know as we all were, but things are great. Today is a very exciting day for Prospect. We are opening up our day center. It's been closed for 17 months now. And now, granted, our building's been open, our administrative offices have been open, but our actual day center where our folks that we serve come and they really learn to socially interact with one another and others, as well as learning life skills there. We've had that closed. Now, we've made a lot of changes since it was last opened, just to be more, not that we were irresponsible, but just to be more responsible with the opening of it. So we've got now the automatic, paper towel dispensers, motion lights, all these touch-free, things to our facility.
Yeah. Well, let me interrupt you here.
Certainly.
What's it been like? What's it been like enduring COVID during that period of time?
Stressful. And not just us. I know it's for everyone that's dealing with this, and we're not over. It's not over yet, right? We understand that, but just at our building, the life has been sucked out of the building, really, the heart, with our folks not being there. They are the reason why we do what we do, and when you don't see their smiling faces and hear their voices, it was a challenge and has been. So we're all wearing blue today. That's our color, right? Just to symbolize our excitement to see our friends and to see our friends see their friends, right? A lot of them haven't seen one another.
Well, one other thing in that regard, did you have a number of them to have to deal with COVID?
Absolutely, yeah. We were, we hosted 2 vaccination clinics, which is great. Another reason of being able to get this the day center back open again. But we were certainly affected, staff wise, around quite a large number of staff had it, and then our recipients,
Well, when you were here before, I don't remember us even talking about that. We probably should have, but it just occurred to me and just wondering, well, all of us, I think, know somebody that's had that, and a lot of people, some that are close to us and that sort of thing. But everybody has it, obviously. But you had your share there.
We had more than our share, and it was symptoms from one end of the spectrum to the other, and just the ripple effect of that. Boy, we learned a lot. When you have like staffing, I heard the sheriff talking about staffing. Now hiring. Everyone's now hiring now, right? I mean, we all need staff. If we had a staff person test positive or be exposed, right, then they're out. Yeah. We don't have a bench full of employees. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go work. And our houses, of our 19 houses, those are staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We can't close a register or shut that, close early, anything like that, right? So it was a stressful deal. But I'm just so thankful for and blessed with the team that we have. we always provided service, and we were always there for our folks.
So even though it was closed during the daytime for what they were used to, you still had, and I didn't realize, 19 homes here in the Lebanon area?
Smithville, Gordonsville, the majority of them are here.
Okay.
14 of them are here. Yes, spread across Lebanon. And they're just, they're homes like everyone else. They don't have to have a prospect sign on them. They're where they live. We just are there in the background providing support for them should they need something.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, we have Laura Harrell here, and Laura, we can say good morning to you. It's almost time for us to take a break, but Laura is the Children's Family Services Manager, right?
Yes, thank you for having me today.
Well, good morning. It's very nice to have you with us, and we're going to find out what you do and what all you have for us. But right now, let's take a break. We'll talk more with Andy and Laura in a moment. This is Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:44. Let's see what's happening on the roadways thanks to Bates Ford. And get $50 off, $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's been in pretty good shape so far in the last hour or so. As far as interstate accidents, yes, it's busy. 65 here at Trinity Lane. Had that earlier crash. 12 at McGavick Street. Some traffic now still coming in from Wilson County down the interstate here through Mount Juliet. Princess Hot Chicken is hiring at both locations. You can apply and order online at the same time at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our reliable #1 selling tractors are designed for easy operation and feature all the performance-matched attachments needed to tackle any job. Right now, put 0 down and get 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,200 now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/offers for full disclaimer.
Visit Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main Street in Lebanon.
For 44 years, A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction has been the leader in residential real estate and auctions in Middle Tennessee. Did you know that we also have a team of agents that specialize in commercial real estate? No matter if it is a high-traffic spot or a quiet little corner, we have the local knowledge to deliver just what you are looking for. The A.G. & Johnson commercial team will know exactly what you need and will walk you through the development process. Our commercial agents know more. For commercial real estate done right, give us a call, 615-444-0909, or visit us online, agandjohnson.com.
Coleman & Company, it's a Monday. Thanks for joining us. Andy White is with Prospect Executive Director. He's here. He's brought Laura Harrell, who's the Children's Family Services Manager. You want to say anything about Laura here? Maybe give her a better introduction than I can.
Well, thank you, Coleman. They say surround yourself with folks that are smarter than you. and I certainly have done that, I think. I don't think I know. So we were blessed to have Laura. She had just her knowledge, her wealth of knowledge, and her passion for serving children and families and just helping. Could be a very scary moment when you realize that your child has some form of delay. Right, and she's going to talk more about that. But that's the last thing you're expecting. And then to get hit with that, you need folks like Laura to come alongside you and help coach your family to know how you deal with it, really, basically. So she's just fantastic. There's my introduction for her. We're blessed to have her.
Laura, you were telling me during the break, I believe you've been there about 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your background. Did you grow up here?
No, actually I went to the University of Florida, and so I got a special education degree. And while I was there, I had a great experience of a child that wanted French fries. And that's how I kind of got into this field. Because the little boy wanted French fries, and his staff gave him some French fries, and I was there volunteering. And he had no way to ask for more French fries. So he bit me. And so I realized then that was effective because I knew what he wanted. He wanted more French fries, but he did not have an appropriate way to ask for more French fries. He didn't know how to sign. He didn't have a picture symbol to say French fries. He didn't have the verbal words to say French fries because he had autism. And so ever since college, it's been my passion to make sure that children and even adults with disabilities have the opportunities to do what they want to do.
How did you know that? If that happened to me, I wouldn't know he wanted more French fries.
Well, I like French fries myself, and so I could imagine that that's what he wanted.
Okay.
And
That's a great story, but I mean, I'm I'm putting myself in your position. No, I'd have been ready to. Hey, boy, don't do that. That hurts.
Well, and when we work with, we get to work with children from birth to 3, and they're all discovering how to do things. And so that's what's fun about my job as an early interventionist, and we call ourselves coaches because we coach families. How do we understand what the child is trying to communicate with you or do something, and how do we give them the skills so that they can do it?
Well, is some of that just almost come to you, or do you have to learn a lot of that? I guess it's some of both.
Yeah, we do have to have a background in either special education or family child development, and then we do continuous education throughout our careers. The state, as we partner with the state with early intervention, they require us to do trainings every year. So we work with OTs and PTs and speech therapists to figure out and to learn and to sharpen our skills as well.
Well, how busy are you? you have a lot of people that need your assistance.
Yeah, we have a team of 5 here, and we serve only Wilson County. The state awards us a grant every year, and we're already at capacity, even though it's only August 1st and it started July 1st. So we're hoping to find more funding so that we can increase our program and grow our program. And it's a voluntary program. Families are referred. When they have a concern, they can refer themselves on the website, the Tennessee's website, or pediatricians will recommend if they notice a child, let's say a child is 12 months old, their 1-year checkup, and they're not crawling yet. Then the pediatrician will help the family be referred so that they can begin to work with us, and we can say, hey, have you thought about putting your child down on the floor more? Or have you thought about getting them out of their little jumper seat and letting them have tummy time to encourage crawling?
Are you able to really help most of these situations?
Oh, absolutely.
You see improvement most of the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And that's what's fun about our job. I told Andy our little saying is, I'm not here to change the child. I'm here to help the parent change the world for their child. Because there's little things that the parent can do to give their child more opportunity to practice a skill or to learn a skill. Traditionally, like a speech therapist may work with a child 30 minutes a week. That's not going to help a child learn to talk, but that parent working with the child throughout the day is going to give them the most opportunity to learn new words and to practice new words.
So part of this is teaching parents.
All of it is. Yep. We do what's called the family guided routines-based intervention, which sounds really scary. But really what it is what is important to you as a family, and what are the things that you all do every day that could be used as learning opportunities?
Well, when people first, when a diagnosis is made, and it's not what they were expecting, they're having to deal with the unexpected, and that can be pretty much a traumatic occasion, can it not? You no doubt have dealt with some people who were pretty distressed and wanting to give up or not, wondering how they're going to cope. Why did this happen to me? The whole 9 yards there, right?
Absolutely. I remember one of the families I worked with in my previous career in Alabama with early intervention as well. And the family said, and the child was 1, they had just gotten a diagnosis, and the family's like, well, this child's never going to go to college. They're never going to go get married, and I'm never going to have grandchildren. And for me as an early interventionist, I had to go, okay, that's not what I was thinking. You're thinking 20 years down the road. I'm thinking 3 months down the road. What's the progress we can do? And I think parents really have to have that encouragement is we don't know any child what their long-term goals are. We all have hopes and dreams for our children, but let's make those happen now in those little steps first.
Well, you must be an encourager in this way. You've got to change their mindset a little bit.
Absolutely, because that positivity is what helps you see the growth in your child, and you build that confidence in that child. Because a lot of times, too, that child needs that praise and encouragement just as much as the parent. So we work on encouraging the parent so they'll learn to encourage their child.
And you're limited as to how many you can have at one time?
Yes, the state's encouraged us to only have a caseload of about 20 children, which actually ends up being more like 40 children because most of our kids we only see every other week. And we see them either in person or virtually. Back in April last year, when everything changed with COVID, we went virtual, and we still saw great success and progress, even more so because we weren't tempted to play with the child. We would watch on the camera as the parent interacted with the child, and we could really see how that parent and child interacted, and we could coach them on, hey, have you thought about doing this a little bit differently? Instead of offering a child, do you want this or that? I would coach a parent to say, why don't you say, do you want a banana or do you want applesauce? Because then that child now has a chance to practice banana or applesauce instead of this or that, which is a much easier way to communicate.
Well, you didn't know, you had to learn some of this yourself, and then I guess throughout your career here you continue to learn. But putting all that together, you must really be able to encourage the parents and to work with the child and really see some progress.
Yeah, and it's fun to be able to share examples with other families, because this is the first time this family maybe has been around a child with Down syndrome, for example. And we can share examples. Oh, did you know there's a child with Down syndrome that did this or that did that? My favorite story is one of my peers in Wilson County. She has a son with Down syndrome, and he makes more money than his job coach. And so that's a success story. And that's really what we look for, to share with those parents that everything you read on the internet's not true, because a lot of parents do start Googling the child's diagnosis and they see all the bad. But we want to encourage them, no, there is lots of great opportunity.
All right, and how long are you working with this? There's a point, I guess, an age where they don't see you anymore?
Yeah, when a child turns 3, they go from early intervention into the school system. And at that point, we really want to make sure parents know that you still are an advocate for your child. You are your child's expert, and you are your child's biggest cheerleader. So it's really important that when your child does start school, that you take an active role to help your child.
Mm-hmm. But you really play such an important part because of the early intervention, that really from birth, I guess. What's the youngest you see somebody?
It usually takes about 2 months for a child to start the program. So we have had 2 and 3 month old babies. So for example, if a baby is born with neonatal absentee syndrome, so they've had drug exposure, or if they're a premature baby, or if they have a diagnosis at birth like Down syndrome, then we get started right away. But then other children, maybe like with a speech delay, sometimes parents will be worried about their child, or the pediatrician will just say, oh, they'll talk soon. But it gets to be 2 years old, 2.5. And for those children, we don't have much time to work with, just 6 months. But it is important that we give the parents strategies that they can use.
But you even are able, though, even at 2.5, to improve the speech.
Absolutely. And a lot of that is that parent's opportunity. How is it the parent is asking for their child to communicate? Because sometimes it's just really good parenting. The parent knows what the child wants. The parent knows the child loves bananas. So every time he goes to the cabinet, he goes, I'll give him a banana. Well, we encourage the parent, well, instead of giving him the banana, give him an applesauce and let him get mad at you and let him ask for that banana.
Andy, anything you want to mention to have Laura comment on?
This program's been around since 1981 in our community. It's served. Do you have an idea of how many?
Well, in just the last 5 years since I've been here, we've done over 10,000 home visits.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And we've done about 2,000 virtual visits in just a year as well.
Well, now, one thing we might ask here, you said there's a grant that makes this possible. Is there any cost to this for somebody to participate?
No, the state funds our program fully, so we go into the homes at no cost to the family. And then also we're fortunate enough that GEODIS has given us a family grant. And with those family grants, we use that funding to help families connect with one another. So we just had our luau at the Charlie Daniels Park and played on the splash pad. All the families got to see each other and kind of reach out and make play dates with some of our other families, since they don't get to see them, since we provide the services in-home.
All right, well, I take it this is a full-time job for you, 40 hours a week or something?
Yes.
Yeah. And are you at the same building with Andy?
We are. There's 5 early interventionists total, and we are in the same facility, which is great because we can collaborate with different grant opportunities. And I also enjoy working with the adults as well and seeing what their future looks like for our kids.
Well, thanks for being with us more. We've got a couple of minutes left, and Andy, I'm saving a little bit for you. I figured there's at least one or two things you might want to say about Prospect. You didn't mention this in the beginning, but Prospect's been around for a long time, and a lot of people here knew Eric Thompson, who had it for years and years and years. But, of course, again, Andy is the executive director, and 960 Maddox Simpson Parkway is where you, as we would say in the modern vernacular, where you hang out.
That's where I hang.
Your
right?
office every day, right?
That's right. My office is there, and then our work is done outside the walls, right? Like most nonprofits. Celebrating my 3-year anniversary of Prospect as of yesterday, and it's been an absolute blessing to me just to see, and I'm so excited. Just the timing of everyone coming back to the day center today is just going to be fantastic and a wonderful anniversary gift.
Well, that's right. And I guess the timing for our program here is good as well, to remind everybody that they're coming back, and I hadn't even thought about it that it'd been that long. But this is an exciting day for all of them, no doubt.
It absolutely is.
Kind of get back to more normal as much as possible.
Indeed.
And Prospects helped a lot of people over the years. It continues to, and I didn't realize either that you've been here 3 years. I think this is the third time you've been with us here, maybe.
It is.
But we won't. Hopefully, it won't be the last time.
I certainly hope
And
not.
I think you've done a great job in bringing Laura here today. Laura Harrell, thank you, and thank you for all you do. No doubt you've helped people along the way, and that's at least part of why we're here, I think.
Thank you.
And Andy, thank you for being with us for a good program, and we'll see you again before long.
Thank you so much, Coleman.
That is it for a Monday. I hope you'll join us tomorrow. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.